Today we're multiplying fractions. So it's 9, 25, 23, and we are multiplying. Multiplying fractions. Multiplying fractions. Have you learned this before? Yes. I'm going to teach you a little trick that will help.
But I forgot.
That's why we review. And I'm going to show you a little trick that might be useful for a lot of you in this class. All right. I have 2 over 3 times 1 over 7. Now, the beauty about multiplying fractions is that you don't need a common denominator. The work is a lot easier. The work is very easy compared to adding and subtracting. Does anybody remember how to multiply fractions?
Multiply straight across.
Bingo. Multiply straight across. Yep. So 2 times 1? 2. 3 times 7? 21. And you're done.
That's it?
That's it. Well, this one you don't have to simplify, so you're done.
That's actually so easy.
Okay? 5 over 8 times 1 over 2. So we're writing this down.
Wait, what are we doing? Oh, 5 over 8.
Multiply straight across.
Wait, what is the multiply by?
Remember how I said to do the do now when at the beginning?
Yeah, I think she said it was now.
Yes, you can watch the video and catch up. 5 times 1 is 8 times 2?
16.
Can I simplify 5 and 16?
No.
Nope. We're done.
After.
Melanie, leave the iPad down. You don't need the iPad in your hands. You need to copy this down. All right. Next one. 2 over 5 times 1 over 4.
2 over 5. No, times 1 over 4.
All right. So we're multiplying straight across.
Man, 5 is so easy.
2 times 1? 2. 5 times 4? 20. Bella, put that away. 2 over 20. Now, I need you to simplify. If you were to type in 2 over 20 into like the do now, it would be marked wrong because I need you to simplify. Now, what does simplify mean? This. What can I divide both numbers by? Put it in lowest terms. So what can I divide 2 and 20 by? So everybody write divide, divide.
It's 110.
And 2 and 2. So this is simplify. This is how I simplify. If you don't know, now you know. This is called simplify. When I divide and divide, that's called simplify. What's 2 divided by 2? 1. What's 20 divided by 2? 10. That's the final answer. That's the answer. If you type in 1 over 10 on the iPad, you'll get it right. You'll get full credit. If you type in 2 over 20, you'll get it wrong.
Wait, why?
Because it's not simplified. All right, I'm going to show you a shortcut that might be useful with the same problem. So I'm going to use the same problem. 2 over 5 times 1 over 4. So I'm using the same problem. We already know the answer is 1/10. So this is how I show you a shortcut. We already know the answer, but it's a different way of doing it. What I like to call simplify the corners. Brianna, stop with the iPad.
Don't we just do that?
We did not simplify the corners. So you're going to simplify before you multiply. You cover up the corners. Can I divide 5 and 1 by anything? Nope. So ignore it. Can I simplify 2 and 4? Yes. What can I divide 2 and 4 by? So I'm going to simplify the corners. Whoops, not 4. Sorry. 2. Divide by 2. So I can divide by 2, divide by 2. So this is called simplifying the corners.
I think it's 1.
So I'm going to divide this by 2, divide this by 2. Okay.
Oh my God, that's
So
right.
what is 2 divided by 2. 1. So I no longer have this. I now have a 1. Crossed it out, no longer need it. Here, what's 4 divided by 2?
2.
2. Cross this out. Now I'm left with the number 2. So you're simplifying the corners. Now we're going to multiply straight across. What's 1 times 1? 1. What's 5 times 2? Isn't that what we got up here? Yeah. Now some of you will be like, Miss Amelie, isn't it just easier to simplify here? Like, why do I have to simplify the corners? True, but sometimes it's extremely useful to simplify the corners when you're dealing with big, big numbers. For example, I have 15 over 19 times 2 over 3. Now, who really wants to do 19 times 3? What is the answer?
I'm doing it right now.
Totally.
I actually do. I don't know.
Why are we waiting so long?
57.
Okay. Well, you took forever. You did it. But let's see if we can simplify the corners.
Hey, man, that's not
19 and 2. That's my point. We're trying to make this easier and faster. 19 and 2. Can I simplify 19 and 2? No. So switch the corners. 15 and 3. Can I simplify 15 and 3? Yes. What can I divide 15 and 3 by? 3. So that's what we're going to do. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. You're simplifying before you multiply straight across because no one wants to deal with 19 and 3. All right. What's 15 divided by 3? 5. So we cross this out, and now we're just left with 5.
17. Oh my gosh. It's 6 17.
3 divided by 3. 1. We cross that out, we're just left with 1. Now we multiply straight across. Now we multiply straight across. What's 5 times 2? 10. What's 19 times 1?
19.
And we're done.
What?
Now, if we did not simplify and we did Jordan's or Ruben's way, 15 times 2 is 30, and 19 times 3 is 57. Now, if you typed in this answer, would you get it right?
No.
No. You have to turn this into that. Now, doesn't that look like a lot of fun? No, it doesn't. So, I would suggest you simplify before, and you get a nice number at the beginning. No need to deal with 57. All right, let's try the shortcut with this pair. 4/7 times 14 over 20. Jordan?
Oh.
I do not want to do 14 times 4 and 7 times 20. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to cover up my corners. Can I simplify 4 and 20? Yes. What can I divide 4 and 20 by?
5.
Go 4.
4 would be the best. I can't divide by 5. I can divide by 4. Can I divide by 2? Yes. It works. But 4 is so much better. So, divide this by 4. Divide this by 4. Get some answers written down before I come back.
I think I have it.
What'd you get? 14 over 35?
Yeah. That's alright.
Alright. 14 over 35.
No. Oh yeah.
Can be simplified, I think.
It can?
Yeah, that's not the answer I got. So if you were to type that in, it would be wrong. Let's check why. Okay, 4 divided by 4 is 1. 20 divided by 5 is
Oh, it's 2.
5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now check your other corner.
2 fifths. 2 fifths.
7 and 14.
Yeah.
You have to do all of them?
2 fifths.
Yep.
2 fifths.
What can I divide 7 and 14 by? 7. Now let's say we didn't do the 7 and the 14. You would still get an answer, but then you have to simplify at the end. Because the right answer on the iPad would be 2 over 5. That's the one that's going to give you the points. Anything else, you're not done simplifying. So the 14 over 35, you had to divide by 7. If you divide 14 and 35 by 7, guess what you get? 2 over 5. But will your brain recognize that 14 over 35 can be divided by 7? Maybe yes, maybe no. So some of you might think like, oh, this is my final answer, Miss Melly. I'm done. And it's like, nope, you can still simplify. So double check each corner. Sometimes you can't. You can only do one corner. Sometimes you can do both corners. Okay? It's just an easier way. Now, let's not get it confused. Level 1 is when all you do is multiply straight across. So this is level 1. Do I expect everyone in the classroom to do level 1 in 2 seconds? Yeah, so write this down, level 1.
What is level 1?
Write this down.
You have to write level 1.
What's our answer?
I don't know. No, 1/5. 1/5.
2 over 15. You multiply straight across. Level 1 is just multiply straight across, that's it. Could you use a multiplication table? Yes, you can use a multiplication table. All you do is multiply straight across. All right, let's call it level 5. That's when you simplify the corners. So level 5 is when I have 2 over 5 times 10 over 14. The numbers get a little bit bigger, but you can simplify it. So try simplifying the corners before I do. Try simplifying the corners before I do.
Oh my god. Wait, we simplify? Is this level 5? How did we skip so fast? Is that a 2 or 5? Is that a 2 or 5?
2 over 5.
No, like level.
Oh, I mean, I just made it up. Is it 7th grade math? Yeah. All right. What can I divide 2 and 14 by? 2. Now, if you don't understand how to simplify corners, you can just go 2 times 10 and 5 times 14 and simplify at the end. Is it harder that way? In a way, because you're dealing with bigger numbers, right? So if you simplify the corners, you make the numbers smaller, and it's a lot easier. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. What's 2 divided by 2? 1. What's 14 divided by 2?
14, I thought that was 19.
5 and 10. What can I divide 5 and 10 by?
5.
Good.
35.
5 divided by 5?
1.
1. And 10 divided by 5? 2.
Oh my god.
I like to circle my new number that I'm using. No longer using the other numbers, but my new numbers that I circled. All right, what's my final answer?
7 over 2 over 7.
2 over 7. And you're done. If you did it the other way, which I feel is more work, you would get 20 over 70? Yeah, and then you had to simplify 20 over 70. Some of you can easily do that. Some of you are like, ee. But if I type in, Bella, if I type in this answer on the iPad, it won't give me points. You've done all this work, but if you type in this, it won't be correct. I'm looking for 2 over 7. Okay? All right. I'm going to pass out your classwork, which looks like this. Yes. The key is simplifying.
Why? What do you look like?
All right, let me do number 1 for you. Most of these are level 1, Melanie. Most of these will be done in 2 seconds.
Miss, I didn't get one.
Ariana, quickly. You take one, pass all of them back. We can't wait for you to pass them one at 8 times.
Looks like a quiz.
All right, number 1. What's your answer?
6, 1. Oh,
I wanted
5,
6.
no, 6, 1. No, 1, 6.
1, 6. Oh, we say the top number first. The top number is said first. 1 over 6.
Do we put your name?
No. All right.
Oh, I already put it. I already put it.
How about your name?
All right, you're going to simplify 4, 5, and 10. Those are the ones you have to simplify. The rest, you don't need to simplify.
4, 5, and 10.
So if you need your multiplication table, you can have that out. No calculators, just multiplication table.
It's just 4, 5,
Wait,
and
the
10.
only ones that we should